Hi, I'm Kevin Cooney, and you're watching GVTV.
Hey everybody, this is Grandview Television, and I'm Ryan Cosgrove for your show, the best darn dating show ever. With me I have Chelsey Smith representing the ladies, and I have Daniel Bowman representing all the guys out there. So what we're going to do today is just ask some questions. These two are going to talk about them, and we're going to get to the answer about dating. So our first question for both of you are, what are some misconceptions the other sex has about dating? So why don't you take it first, Dan?
Well, for a guy's point of view, what a girl really wants in a date is she always wants a nice romantic dinner, or, you know, someone with a big fat wallet to pay for a nice meal. But and then, you know, you walk them home, and then nothing after that. Kind of irritates the guy, you know.
Okay. So as a recap, and you can counter. So first of all, a nice, probably expensive, right?
Yeah, I would have to say expensive.
Well,
nice fancy kind of.
Obviously, every girl wants a nice, expensive dinner. I mean, if you want to show her that you care about her and that you respect her, then you need to spend money on her. You're not going to take her to some, like, cheap place, you know. You want to, like, show her, like, with money that you care.
There's nothing wrong with, like, the Winchester or something.
Well, I don't know, but all I know is that you don't just want to, like, make her think that you're trying to have sex with her, so.
What do you think about that?
Well, you know, if I'm paying for a nice expensive dinner, I'd rather get something out of this deal.
No, that's not right at all. It's not how it should be. You should take her out for dinner, and then you should take her home instead of back to your place. Because girls don't want to do that on the first date, or at all, and that's all guys expect.
Not all women.
Okay, well, most women, for the most part.
Okay. I don't know. Is there any reconciliation between the two, or is it neither one of you going to back down from your point?
Well, I can see how if a guy's going to spend money on me, he's going to expect like something in return, but it doesn't have to be like what they all expect, you know. Maybe, I don't know.
I guess that, you know, you can kind of have a little leeway in there and kind of help out.
Okay.
Have nice dinner without some things. But, you know, I'd say after the first few days, I know, I'd be hoping for something.
Yeah, maybe. Depending on the girl. Not me.
Depends on how much you woo them.
Yeah.
Okay. Our next question is pickup lines. So, what are some of the best pickup lines? So, how about we start with you this time?
Pickup lines.
Pickup line that you have.
First of all, I would never use a pickup line because I expect the guy to pick me up. But I don't want him to be using any cheesy lines, you know, all those stupid pickup lines that just guys try and use. Those don't work. Girls want something genuine, not a pickup line, because anybody can think of those. You want to say something that's honest if you're trying to pick up a girl. But I would never use the pickup line. Only guys use those.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's many angles you can use for this. You can either just, if there's a dance club, just swoop in there and just start dancing with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That, you know,
Well,
you're not saying anything, but it's still kind of a pickup line. Buy them a drink. You know, there are a lot of corny ones out there, but, you know, I personally wouldn't say them. You know, there's a few like, oh, let's see. Did it hurt? Did what hurt? When you fell from heaven? You know,
Nice.
Yeah.
you know, what would a guy say, or what would a girl say to that, you know?
It's just way too cheesy, and it's not personal. Something that you could say to any girl, so the girl doesn't feel like you're actually saying it to her. You know? Like, you gotta do something that's genuine to her. You can't just use, like, a dumb
You don't even know
pickup
this
line.
person, though. You know
So?
exactly what to say to them.
Then a guy shouldn't be just, like, walking up to you if you don't even know them.
Well, a lot of it
So-
has to do with confidence, too.
I don't know. Pickup lines.
So how would you respond if you got a pickup line?
I'd probably walk away, depending on what it was. If it was something stupid, like something you just said, then I'd walk away.
So basically, you're saying
If you
every
bought me a
time a
drink,
guy
I'd talk to you.
came up to you, asked you something, or bought you a drink, you just walk away?
No, I said if you bought me a drink, I would stay. But if you're like, oh, did you fall from heaven? Then I'm gonna walk away.
So, pickup lines don't work. Okay.
I'm living proof of that.
Dan's proof. Our next question is, what is the ideal first date? So, let's let you take this.
Well, that kind of goes back to the first question.
Sure.
For an ideal first date for probably a typical guy would probably go, I would say to an okay dinner. No, not a cheap, I'll say not a cheap one.
Okay.
But heck no, not an expensive one.
All right.
And then maybe go to a movie. And then probably, if they're old enough, go get some drinks. And then from then on, you don't know what happens. You know, anything can happen.
Okay.
Well, I'm a girl, so obviously girls like romantic. They want something that the guy becomes creative and thinks of it himself. So maybe like out to dinner, maybe like on a walk, like at a lake or something romantic, you know, like that. Not just like the usual movie and then back to their place, because that's annoying, because that's what every guy wants, is for you to go back to their place.
Of
so
course.
It's like, just do something creative, you know, instead of original.
So would it be like creative if when you went back to their place it was decorated? Or there
Yeah,
was dinner there?
that'd be nice. Something just original, instead of just the usual. Let's go to a movie and then you come over. It's so annoying.
So you'd come over if my place was decorated?
Depends what you mean by decorated, I guess.
Well, you said if it's decorated.
I'd be more
That'd be
likely
creative.
to, yeah.
I'm being creative. I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'd be
decorate
more
my
likely
place.
to, I suppose.
Okay. Our next question is for Dan, describe the perfect woman. Chelsey, describe the perfect man. So why don't you start with the perfect
Ooh.
man?
Are we talking about just looks or characteristics?
How about in general, the total package?
In general. Okay, well, first of all, he has to be tall, because all girls like tall guys, so they can wear their heels and the guy's still gonna be taller than them. They want dark hair, muscular, athletic, you know, all those good things. Good smile. As far as characteristics, just someone who isn't like every other guy who wants to take you home and whatever. Just someone that treats you with respect and cares about you and wants to get to know you, like asking you questions and stuff like that.
Okay, thanks. So what's the perfect woman, Dan?
Well, for what she said, that ain't gonna happen. There's no man like that. But perfect woman? Let's see. I'd have to say nice, small frame. Not too skinny, but a little meat on her.
Okay.
Nice stomach, nice caboose. You know, I think every guy, you know, a little more up there.
Sure.
You know, it's a little nice. Some people prefer blondes. I personally prefer the brunette.
Okay.
But that's your opinion on that one, so that's your preference. I'd have to say that. Nice, outgoing attitude, not stuck up. That's a real big turnoff.
Okay.
I just say I want someone that wants to have fun.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
All right. So we have the perfect male and female, so keep your eyes out for them. And we'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back to the best darn dating show ever. Now we're to the demonstration segment of the show. What we're going to do is have Dan explain how he would try to get Chelsey's number, and then afterward she'll critique and say how it worked, what didn't work. So go ahead.
All right. Well, first of all, I'll kind of explain what I'm going to do, because it would take a little longer than how long I've got to do it. So first, I would just come up, introduce myself. Hopefully she would just give me her name. And then I would start a conversation, ask her who she is, what she does, where she goes to school, stuff like that. See what we have in common, and then from there, a little while, then I'll slip in the question of asking her what her number is, or give her what mine is. It's pretty much usually what I do is I just give her my number and then see where she goes from there. So I'll actually demonstrate it a little bit right now. Hi, my name's Dan.
Hi, I'm Chelsey. Nice to meet you.
You from around here?
Yeah, I'm from Des Moines, actually. I go to Grandview.
Do you?
Yep.
I do too.
Really?
It's weird. I never see you there.
Never seen you either.
Wow, it's too bad. But maybe I'll try to look around for you. Tell me a little about yourself. What do you do?
I work at a gym part-time and just go to school.
That's cool. From then on, I would actually converse a little bit longer, and then I would probably see what the situation is. I'd give her my number, and then maybe if I really didn't have to go, if I did have to go, I'd tell her, oh, my ride's leaving, I've got to get going, and see if she gives me her number right after that.
All right. So, Chelsey, how would that have worked?
I think it actually would have worked pretty well. I liked how he said, I'll give you my number, because that's safer for a girl, because she knows that she's not going to get harassed by the guy if she gives out her number, and then that leaves her the option to call him. I liked how he started a conversation, like asking personal questions about me instead of just coming up to me and like abruptly, asking for my number with some pickup line or something. So yeah, I probably would have given it to him.
Well, there you go. So Dan, good job. Thanks both of you for your help. That's all we have for GVTV and the best darn dating show ever.